NFL Sunday is brought to you by Red Dog Beer. Bold yet smooth, unusually easy to drink. You are your own dog. By Denorex with conditioners, the serious dandruff shampoo. By the body heat activated degree antiperspirant and deodorant. And by Dockers flat front khakis, proud makers of nice pants.
Today's game is being produced by Bob Stenner and directed by Sandy Grossman. Studio is produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Troy Aikman is the executive producer of the Dallas offense. And the producer is Emmitt Smith.
And that whole combination of being able to run Emmitt inside, you know, and hold all the defense to the inside, and then have a guy like Michael Irvin out on the outside is darn near enough to beat most of the teams in the league. I mean, just Troy Aikman handing Emmitt Smith and throwing to Michael Irvin will darn near beat most of the teams in this league.
And you throw in a dose of Novacek, Namus, Kevin Williams. Aikman incomplete. Flag on the play. Intended for Williams. Lassiter is going to be called for the violation.
Well, somewhere Kevin Williams is going to take Alvin Harper's place and take Alvin Harper's numbers. Alvin Harper only caught, what, 32 passes last year? So
pass interference, number 42, defense, first down.
So the thing that, you know, that position has to do that Kevin Williams is playing is not catch a lot of passes, but catch a lot of big passes. And that's what Alvin Harper gave him.
Well, you remember when Jason Garrett was the quarterback, his wife told him, just throw it as far as you can, as high as you can, and Alvin will catch it.
That was on Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Yeah. Aikman, Novacek, dropped it. Had it and lost it.
There's two coaches consoling each other. Barry Switzer said he was wide open. He is wide open. The pass is a perfect pass. He looked it right into his hand, and I think Hogue knocked it out just as he was bringing it down. See, he brought it down, and just as he started to bring it into himself, Terry Hogue knocked it out of there. But Aikman's thinking, what in the heck do I have to do to throw a touchdown pass there?
Blitz coming. Reverse coming. And going nowhere. Kevin Williams with the reverse. The Cardinals played it perfectly.
He's going to run right into McCants there. And he's thinking Keith McCants is number 90. He's playing right here. He doesn't go for the fake, and he just runs, boom, just helmet to helmet.
He saw it coming.
That's the thing. Yeah, McCants did.
Yeah.
Kevin Williams, I think, saw McCants coming, too, but it was too late. But if on a reverse, if the guys don't flow, if they don't run the other, when you start the other way, some bad things can happen to it.
3 wide receiver package. Here comes a Cardinal blitz again. For Michael Irvin. Incomplete.
Yeah, that thing wasn't timed up. The blitz was coming, and either Michael Irvin was taking too long to run his pattern, or Troy Aikman threw it too soon. And that's why, you know, you like to, that's a sight adjust. You like your wide receiver to know that a blitz is coming, so your quarterback will have less time, so he has to run his pattern a little shorter and look a little quicker.
I would have to guess that Michael Irvin didn't know that the blitz was coming.
He has to look to the inside.
Right.
He will know next time. He knew last time.
Jet. High hanging kick. Bounds into the end zone. And they'll bring it to the 20. 27-13. Dallas leading with 8:03 left to play. Cowboys trying to go 4-0.
Nice pants.
Dockers, flat front khaki.
Have you had your break today? Yeah.
The emotions are high. You're hot. It's pressure. It's like a war without bullets.
We asked some of the hottest coaches in the game to switch antiperspirants and try Degree.
Body heat activated. Let's try it and see.
As your body heat rises, Degree releases extra protection when you need it most.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to switch.
Just keeps you dropped.
Certainly worked for me.
Switch to the antiperspirant that's body heat activated.
In the heat of the moment. That self-confidence has got to be there.
Degree antiperspirant for an extra degree of protection.
If you think the internet is a safe place to play, you better think again. 2 undercover cops are looking for a killer who used his home computer to lure young girls away from their homes. It's a story torn from today's headlines. Watch a brand new New York Undercover Thursday at 9, 8 Central on Fox. Cowboys 27, Cardinals 13. Cardinal ball at their own 20. Krieg. I'm not sure if it was caught or not. Rob Moore. Yes, it was. He was sliding, I'm not sure.
That's one of those patterns that you throw right in between the short defender and the long defender. And he had to throw it in that hole. He did throw it in that hole. I don't know if the ball hit the ground or not, but he was just throwing it not to Rob Moore, but just in the hole between the 2 defensive backs, the short and the deep defensive back.
Krieg back. Goes again to Moore. Well, they said they had to get the ball to him more often. And it's working.
And they're doing it, and Dave Krieg is proving that if he can get time, and he gets time here because they're blocking. Watch the block that they do on Charles Haley here. Here's Ernest Dye.
Whoa.
You see, he starts him, and there's Larry Centers come and pick him off.
And that's what he was talking about yesterday.
That's what he said. That's what Charles Haley said yesterday. He said Larry Centers is the best at that as anyone in football.
He just proved it. Krieg, incomplete. Intended for Frank Sanders.
You know, when Dave Krieg has time, he can get the job done. But you look at the pressure that he's been under. He's been sacked 3 times, hurried 3 times, knocked down 5 times, had 1 pass batted, 1 interception, and he was forced to scramble 7 times. So he hasn't been able really to get in the pocket, sit there and look it over and throw the ball.
No.
They've been after him pretty good all day.
Krieg with time. Incomplete. Intended for Wendell Gaines. Led him just a little too much. Flag on the play.
Yep, and there was Leon Lett hanging on Dave Krieg just as he threw that ball again. I'll tell you, if Leon Lett doesn't watch out, he's going to be the player of this game.
I think he has a very good chance.
Because he's knocking the quarterback down. He's batting balls down. Every time he rushes, they hold him and grab him, tackle him.
Holding, number 71, offense.
Holding against
Still
Larry Tharp.
Watch Lett. He's number 78. He's coming there. He breaks through a double team, and he's right on Dave Krieg just as he throws that ball.
Yep.
Boy, you talk about Charles Haley causing havoc. Oh, Big Cat's causing him some havoc today.
He's Charles Haley's pupil in many ways.
Yeah,
Taught him a lot of those techniques.
He's breaking off a piece of this action.
Screen to Centers. Centers still on his feet, scrambling. Down inside the 45, a little extracurricular activity. Centers still on his feet. Don't see any flags. A conference going on among the officials. Maybe, yeah. One of the officials just picked up his flag.
Right, and it's against the Cowboys.
Johnny Greer, the leader of this officiating crew.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Dallas bench. First down.
On the Dallas bench. What?
Remember, Barry Switzer had a one against the 49ers. I don't know that
game.
one was against Barry Switzer. It doesn't look like. I mean, he looks pretty calm over there. Well, he's not calm now. They just told him it was against the bench.
Calmness went away. That's the first down. Cardinals on the move. Krieg gives to Centers. Centers wrapped up by Woodson at about the 25. Maybe he got 3.
Yeah, that Larry Centers is something. I mean, we saw Charles Haley was causing havoc in there, and Larry Centers took care of that. And then you want someone to throw the ball to, and he made a heck of a catch for the touchdown.
Yep.
And then he runs, and it takes like 5 or 6 guys to get him down.
He's one of those guys that you say, well, he's not as good a runner. We got a better runner. We got a better pass receiver. We've got a better blocker. But he does it all very well.
Yeah, and then, you know, he's from Stephen F. Austin, so you wonder where'd that guy come from. But sometimes guys are just football players.
And he's one. He's one. Krieg to throw. Underarm. Flag down by Moore. Not enough for a first down if he made the catch.
That was something you'd see on Saturday in a playground, an underarm pass and a one-handed catch.
Yeah. An upscale playground.
Yeah, but this is pretty good, though. I mean, he's fighting, moving, underhand, a one-handed catch, bring it in, run it right into the bread basket.
Third down.
A piece of that.
3rd and 2. Krieg has Centers as the only back. Gets it out to Moore. Moore got enough for the first down. This game is presented by authority of the National Football League. Is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Dallas Cowboys and the National Football League is prohibited.
Yeah, the Cardinals, of course, they're thinking in terms of 2 touchdowns. So they got to get a score and then probably get an onside kick and then go for another score. They do have all their timeouts.
27-13 clock running. Just over 4 minutes. Krieg back to throw it. Flag on the play. Touchdown to Moore.
I think the whistle blew before the play. So that has to be probably against the offense.
Ball start. Prior to the snap. 87 offense.
No touchdown.
And that's Oscar McBride. Right, because the whistle blew before that ball was ever thrown.
Buddy Ryan's team has done a heck of a job of hanging in there. All their defenders, their good big-name defenders, are hurt. The backups have done an excellent job. And the offense has just scrapped its way around. 2nd and 15.
And Dave Krieg has been pretty effective when given time.
Here's Krieg, who hasn't had a lot of time. Flag on the play. Moore makes the catch at about the 12, but a penalty marker down.
And that's one that would give them an automatic first down if it's against the Cowboys. Because they were 1st and 15. Now they'll get another first down, but they'll get a 1st and 10.
Keep in mind, they'll have a first down, as John said. They have all of their timeouts left. 3 minutes and 54 seconds left.
Yeah, and I think they want to take that penalty again, and because they would be like 2nd and 8 or 1st and 10, so they better take the penalty and go 1st and 10. Yes.
Take 1st and 10, buddy.
But he's not answering.
Dave Krieg smiled at him.
Number 55, defense. The 5-yard penalty, first down.
penalty against Robert Jones.
And then Dave Krieg said, take 1st and 10, Buddy, and Buddy must have said, yes, take 1st and 10, which is the right play. Again, they really do have plenty of time.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
you know, and they're thinking in terms of 2 scores. It would be interesting if they would get a touchdown here. They already had one, but it was called back because of a penalty. But would they go for 2 points or go for 1 and then the tie?
Here's Craig back to throw. Has time, he has more. Flag on the play, flag in the end zone. There were 2 defenders back with Rob Moore, and he's down in the end zone. Against Dallas.
And that's the good news, is that the penalty is against Dallas for the Cardinals. The bad news for the Cardinals is their go-to guy, Rob Moore, is down.
Well, they said we got to go to him.
Illegal contact. Number 47, defense.
Clayton
First
Holmes.
down.
Moore has been, as John said, their go-to guy. Let's see if we can pick up the penalty.
It looks like as Rob Moore comes down, and he just goes down on that shoulder.
Yeah. I didn't see any interference.
It could have been one of those things that happens. See, it's on Clayton Holmes, number 47, and I think it was illegal hand before.
Must have been.
Yeah, I think here's Rob Moore right here, and that's a penalty right there. See, after 5 yards, you can't hit him. So they called that penalty at that point, and then there was no pass interference there in the end zone.
The good news is that Rob Moore is up and walking off, running off now.
Yeah, when you looked at the pictures there, it looked like as he fell, he just got the wind knocked out of him. I would bet now that gives the Cardinals another 1st down, and I would bet that Rob Moore is going to be back in there on 2nd down.
Yeah, I would think so. He and Sanders both out of the game. Craig rejoins the huddle now. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the Cowboy 13. 27-13, Dallas leads. Cardinals have all of their timeouts left, and they're on the move. Craig better hurry. Trying to change the play. Haley jumped. Haley jumped.
Haley's pointing to Ernest Dye. Ernest Dye is pointing to Haley.
Moore comes back into the game.
We're going to have a conference there on whether the left tackle Ernest Dye moved first to draw Haley, or Haley moved first and drew Ernest Dye.
Guard, number 65, offense, prior to the snap. Still 1st down.
Was Ernest Dye.
Here's number 65 right here, Ernest Dye. We'll see if he moves before. Yep. You see, he just started that little thing. See how the weight starts to go back?
Yep.
He just rocked back. And that's all it is. You know, sometimes those guys start in that pass protection, and they're so big that they just start to rock a little. And if the defensive guy is smart and he makes a move when the guy makes his rock, they're going to call it on the offensive guy.
1st and 15. At about the 18. Craig deep for Moore. Pass is picked off in the end zone by Larry Brown. Intercepted by Brown in the end zone.
Dave Krieg was trying to throw that one away. It was 1st down. There's no reason to force anything in the end zone on 1st down. And he knows that, a 16-year veteran. He's trying to throw it away. He just doesn't throw it far enough.
So the Cowboys will take over out of the 20 as Brown comes up with the big interception.
I've always looked over there and knew what time it was.
San Diego drive could be the time.
To convert it to a 1st down. Play had already been whistled dead long before all of this. Though it is.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense. offense. Number 76, 5-yard penalty.
And again, it's
fourth down.
James Brown.
Singles. Head and Shoulders doesn't.
In real. Teams played a third and
kicked off. Not a necessary.
Number 29, Albert Lewis. Anytime you get coverage like this, you can't throw the ball. He reminds me so much of Mike Haynes, the great Raider cornerback who
All over the front.
Lewis has that kind of look, and he plays the
Simpson.
Third down and 2.
New episode tonight on Fox.
In case you missed it, here's what you would have seen on Fox NFL Sunday at 12 noon Eastern. I think this is a...
The first down. Hasn't been able to go to Williams or Barnett much today.
Bend the neck right there. He's going to live, but that is a penalty.
Hey, the guys are...
Watching.
Automatic first down. Call on the left corner, Rob Davis.
Sunday at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
Cowboys have the ball at their own 20.
Watch this interception here. Larry Brown is number 24. He's covering Rob Moore. He has great coverage. He didn't go for the post move. He just played the corner. Dave Krieg was trying to throw that ball away, and he just didn't get enough of it. Now, Larry Brown knocked the pylon down, and no one picked the pylon up.
Pylon down. Emmitt Smith, left side. For about 3 or 4. Don't forget, coming up after our football coverage, space above and beyond, except on the West Coast. Emmitt grabbed his left wrist. And there is a timeout call. Cowboys leading at 27-13.
They're making contact, tripping up Ernest Biner, knee making contact, actually looked like before the 30-yard line. And I think that's where they threw the beanbag down and marked it. And it all became a moot point.
Biner gets credit for having gotten the ball past the first down marker on an 11-yard pass, and the Chiefs can't believe it.
Coors Light, the silver
when no human
Receivers he feels he has an advantage against.
tonight. See why the
Anthony Miller incomplete. Shaw with the...
Now they're going to another 3 downs and they're going to eat some time off.
Not quite yet. Marty Schottenheimer wants.
I drive them day and night. Through the rain, through the snow, past the lakes of Minnesota, and across the deserts of Arizona. Coming face to face with the meanest rustlers in all the West. But with my quick draw, trusty 88, ain't nobody gonna steal one from me. Ride 'em Cowboys.
Next Sunday, Troy Aikman and the Cowboys take on the Washington Redskins, plus other regional action.
Emmitt Smith grabbed his left wrist after that last carry.
Yeah, you can see, Pat, as he goes to the ground, he just falls right on that left arm and wrist. And whether it's the wrist or the arm or the shoulder, you can see it just, everything goes right down on that left side.
With Terry Hogue on top of it.
You know, the question's going to be asked after he's done what he's done today, and the Cowboys have the lead with 3 minutes left to go in the game. He probably doesn't have to be in there, but that would be a form of a second guess.
Then he grabbed his elbow.
Well, you could see it could be anything on that left side. It could be from the hand to the wrist to the elbow, and sometimes you grab the elbow when it's a shoulder injury. Whatever it is, they're hiding it up on that sideline.
Sherman Williams spins ahead. Michael Bankston made the stop.
You know how important Emmitt Smith is to this team, and in fact, he's probably the most important guy. And when he gets hurt, he draws a crowd.
His left arm, we don't know what. The left elbow is what we're hearing now.
I mean, you could see all his weight and everything went down on that left arm. Again, going back to that penalty against the bench, that was on Barry Switzer.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Switzer is
came out on the field.
Yeah, came out on the field. So 2 years in the NFL, he has 2 penalties.
There goes Emmitt.
I know. I mean, that's one. It's an easy one to second guess, and I hate to do it. But you know, and a football player is a football player, and there's a game to be played, and he's playing. Just hate to see anyone get hurt in this type of situation when, really, for all intent and purposes, the game is over.
He's in pain.
And he's a warrior, and he's a workhorse. I mean, he does it all. And when you say what is a running back or what is a football player, you say number 22 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, this is why they took number 20. Sherman Williams broke a tackle and broke close to a first down, and here comes a flag flying in. Patrick Hunter made the stop. Emmitt Smith headed in for x-rays.
Now they got the security there. Did you see those guys? They got everything blocked off.
Yeah.
They aren't going to let anyone go in there and figure that deal out. When he takes his helmet off like that, goes like that, he's in a heck of a lot of pain.
Yeah, he is. Well, things like this, you hope they don't happen. But that's the reason they picked Sherman Williams in the last draft, to back up Emmitt Smith.
And to give Emmitt Smith a breather.
Yeah.
And that's you know, because Emmitt Smith is such a workhorse, like we said, he's the only guy that carries the ball.
Williams, the Cardinals swarm around him. Less than 3 minutes left now. Seth Joyner and Garth Jacks made the stop.
And you know how popular and what a great player Emmitt Smith is, because that not only took all the air out of the Dallas Cowboys sidelines, but of this crowd too.
Yeah.
I mean, this crowd, you would think that, you know, the Cowboys are undefeated, they're winning, everything's going their way, but this is a very, very quiet place now.
Emmitt was saying yesterday he set some goals, some personal goals, but he didn't discuss them publicly.
You know, I mean, it's something how knowledgeable fans are, you know, that they know that, you know, he's heard how important he is, and this is a win, and 4-0, and the Cowboys arguably the best team in football right now. You know, they can't take a loss of Emmitt Smith.
Right.
You just kind of look at the faces in this crowd, and they kind of tell the story. They know it.
It's going to be a victory. That's pretty obvious. Arizona's used all their timeouts. Oh, they have one left. I beg your pardon. 2nd and 11. That's the move. Darrell Johnston into Cardinal territory, and there's their last timeout.
Because the Cardinals are thinking still, you know, to be in this game, they got to get the ball back. They need 2 scores, and as a buddy Ryan, you just keep playing. You know, and you never know. I mean, it could be, boom, you can get a turnover, you can run one in, and in any situation, you get to a point that if you keep playing, sometimes, you know, good things happen to you.
3rd down and 7. 2:49 left. This is the last Cardinal timeout left.
Aeneas Williams there with the knee injury. Injured that in the first half in the end zone on Emmitt Smith's run.
The twin defensive ends.
Yeah, both of them got there at the same time on Dave Krieg a couple times today. They see themselves on the screen. Now, I don't know if that was Charles Haley or his son CJ. I think the guy that stuck his tongue out was CJ.
Well, Father Haley is smiling. 3rd and 7. Sherman Williams deep. Aikman gives to him, and flag on the play. Sherman Williams close to a first down. Again, a reminder coming up following football coverage: space above and beyond, except on the West Coast. Johnny Greer let us know.
Offside is signaling against the Cardinals.
Aikman took the Cowboys almost the length of the field.
Offside, defense, left defensive tackle, line up in the neutral zone. Still 3rd down.
Still 3rd down. Much shorter. Again, those of you who might have just joined us, there's Emmitt Smith, who fell on his left arm. And as best we can find out, it's an injury of some sort. We don't know how serious to his left elbow. He's in for x-ray. Sherman Williams has taken his place. First down and more. Sherman Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's one he won't forget. From 44 yards away.
And everyone's thinking we just wish we would have put him in about 2 plays earlier.
Yep.
Because he can do that. You give him a hole, Sherman Williams could run. And again, that Cardinal defense still gambling, trying to get the ball back. Again, once you get all these guys out in front, if you break through that front, and they got 8 guys, you get to this point right now, again, another missed tackle, poor tackling all day by the Cardinals, then there's only one guy back there that has a chance to prevent a big play.
Boniol for the extra point. 34-13 Cowboys lead. 2:37 remains. Cardinals of Buddy Ryan out of timeouts.
And I know what Buddy's shaking his head about. He's upset with that tackling. Their tackling has been terrible today. I saw a shot down there at Jerry Jones on the sideline. He's been in the news lately, huh?
Has he ever?
Yeah, the league fined him.
Larry Lacewell.
What was it, $300 million?
$300 million.
Yeah, and he signed Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is going to be operated on, I guess, next week in Miami on that ankle. None of the Cowboys seem to be worried about that.
Yep. Michael Irvin is.
He'll grab whoever scores.
The lead hugger.
Look at all that leftover ice. That's a pretty good game. I mean, that's been an easy game for you when you have that much ice left over.
Leftover ice. Wonder what they do with that.
Well, eventually it's going to become water.
Yeah.
It'll be poured somewhere down the drain.
Somewhere.
No, but you know, that's if you had to say what's the one thing that is used more for, you know, for injury, rehabilitation, and so on, it's ice. That's the #1 thing.
Well, we were up in Green Bay last week, and the Green Bay players get in a tub of ice to revitalize their tired muscles. Ryan Terry hit first by Bates.
Ryan Terry fielding the ball at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, we were talking earlier in the game about Buddy Ryan and defense and what you had to stop, and here's really the problem. You know, what part of it do you? Here's Emmitt Smith. He gains 169 yards. You don't expect Kevin Williams to do much. He'd only caught 2 passes. He gets 145. Michael Irvin, 105. And then Sherman Williams goes in, 74. Jay Novacek. You know, where do you go? If you gang up on one thing, they're going to kill you someplace else. And that's exactly what they did today.
1st and 10 Cardinals at their own 20. 3 wide receivers. Krieg has gone the whole way at quarterback for Arizona. Motions for the receiver to come to me in motion. Has time, gets it out to Larry Centers. And Centers still on his feet. Larry Centers hops out of bounds. Now,
there is a football player. Yeah. Larry Centers started that whole play by knocking the defensive end down.
Yep.
He started by making a block, then he makes a catch, then he runs over a couple of guys. Before he caught that ball, he knocked down the defensive end.
Just flat ran over Alundis Bryce. Chased by Woodson.
That was something.
Finally saw he'd run out of yardage and ran out of bounds and stopped the clock. 2:16 left.
That is a football play, though. If I had to look and say, okay, I want to see a football player make a football play, that was it.
Flag on the play. Pass is intercepted by Brock Marion.
Just watch here. Watch right here, and you'll see Larry Centers on that play I'm talking about. There is the block. There is the catch, and there is a run. Now, that's football.
Yeah. I got to have him on the field more often.
That was a decleater.
Illegal formation, number 71, offense. He lined up in the backfield. The penalty is declined. First down, Dallas.
Larry Tharp lined up in the backfield. Coming up next, following our football coverage, don't forget Space and Beyond, except on the West Coast. 34-13, Dallas leading Arizona.
That block of Larry Centers ought to make some highlight film.
That's the second one like that. He hit Haley one time.
He got Charles Haley earlier, but he just knows how to do it and how to time it and how to find it and how to get you. And then after that, catching the pass and then making that run. I think I would look at that Cardinal team and I would say, well, there's one player I'd take. There's one I'd take from the Cowboys, Eric Williams.
Yep. Got a bad calf muscle. 1st and 10, Cowboys. They'll just run it out. Cardinals out of timeout. They'll run it down to the 2-minute warning. Wade Wilson is the quarterback, replacing number 8, Troy Aikman. 34-13, Dallas. They'll be 4-0.
Yeah, that's just great coverage and a great play by Caldwell.
He just knows that he can take a chance there. He's got deep support behind him. He can take a chance and go for the ball.
Bono tried to hit
no fouls on the play. No fouls on the play.
To a fraternity.
65. That's Gary Zimmerman.
Into you. As Mike Caldwell and Gerald Dixon, couple of
gets back that if you can get time, you can do something. And again, you see Craig gets time.
Well, Clayton Holmes is there, of course, because of the Achilles tendon injury to Kevin Smith. Davis, extra points good.
The kick is good. With 46 seconds remaining on a score down of 34, the Cardinals 20.
Only vehicles with proper parking credentials.
I like these three down here, Pat.
Yeah.
No open flames, no coolers in the stadium, and no trespassing or soliciting. So if you can't have it, then everything has to be right. Well, yeah. I mean, if you don't leave an open flame, how are you going to have any barbecue?
A croissant at a football game?
No, it's all dry stuff. No, it's all dry stuff. I mean, if you can't have an open flame, how are you going to have a barbecue?
Well, that's what he thinks of it.
If you can't have a barbecue, how are you going to have a tailgate? There's a conversation.
I guarantee you that's about Emmitt Smith. Stockyards of Fort Worth. Now, they'll do some outside cooking there.
There, now we're cooking. Now we're talking here. We couldn't find any here, so we went and got it.
Barbecue.
Now there's a barbecue. I mean, there's a machine. Look at that. Now you're talking.
I wonder how far down that guy's sweating.
Look at that. That's the real tailgate food there.
Not a real horse, however. There's a horse.
Yeah, the last time we saw him, he was sticking his tongue out.
Yeah.
If you knew what Charles Haley was going to do, he wouldn't be Charles Haley.
If you knew what he was thinking, he wouldn't be Charles Haley.
Did you see Troy Aikman there? Charles Haley said yesterday, look at Aikman. He said, how can you make $50 million and have a sour look? You see that?
It's a good point.
Sour look.
It's a good point.
Here comes an onside-er.
Novacek had it in his sights, and he got creamed.
That's where you get for being on that hands team.
Yep.
You know, you have an onside kick team and an onside prevent team.
What did James Brown say about Oakland?
But my goodness.
My goodness.
But look at that. I mean, that should be when you make $50 million and you're young and good-looking and talented and all those things, you ought to be happy. You're winning. You're 4-0. You've won 2 Super Bowls. You got all the money. You're building a house.
Well,
you ought to smile or something.
I think it's the building the house part that's got him not smiling.
That's what Charles Haley said. He said, how could you have that much money and not be giggling all the time?
I agree. It's a good point. I'll never know. Nate said they got that big room and where you walk in the house. What are we doing there, he said.
Foyer.
Foyer, yeah.
His wife wants to build a foyer. He said, what do we need a foyer for? What's a foyer?
Nothing goes on in there.
Well, he said they come in and they take their jackets off and they shake the rain off.
Yeah. Take their shoes off, put them in the garage, he said.
The old Nate, he doesn't mind building the house. He doesn't want to furnish it and have designers and all that stuff. He played a heck of a game.
Yeah,
I mean, that whole offensive line really controlled this Cardinal defense, and they were the guys that pass blocked for Troy Aikman, and they were the guys that ran block for Emmitt Smith.
The world, according to Nate, is a very interesting place. And there'll be some laughter there, I'll guarantee you.
I guarantee you they all want to find out how Emmitt is.
Well, I'm sure the news has gotten back. We still got to check out who won that sweating contest. 34-20, Dallas won the game.
This is Dawson, and on 3rd down, he's dragged down by Tim Jacobs. Short of the first down, so Bono and company can go for it on 4th if they so choose.
Well, Marty at this point wasn't going to do anything crazy. You know, they had some bad things happen to him. The guy
good coping variation.
Oh, and also having some success this year.
San Diego has beaten Denver today. Natron Means with 2 touchdown runs. On 2nd down, Lorenzo White with the football, and Bella McDaniels makes the stop. And we take a look at what's up next for the Chiefs, who will leave here with the same 3-1 record that the Browns now have. They'll be at Arizona next Sunday. Then a Monday night game against San Diego, New England, at Denver, and the bye. Now Testaverde comes off the field. Eric Zier goes on, and Browns fans cheer for Testaverde and cheer for the chance to see Zier play a little bit.
Zier had an incredible preseason. And just a major surprise, probably one of the reasons that Jim McMahon was let go.
Zier pitches. This is Ernest Hunter, and the rookie out of Southeast Oklahoma State shows his quickness as he falls forward. Brian Washington makes the stop. 2-minute warning arrives. Cleveland leaves 35-10. We'll be back.